Today we're gonna talk about sex. I really wanted to make this video because I just feel like it's not talked about enough, and I know there are other people out there like me, and I don't want anyone to feel alone because I've definitely felt alone a lot because of this particular topic. And I also wanted to maybe give people on the opposite end of this spectrum some perspective and maybe educate people a little bit, because I feel like, I don't know, it just feels like, again, it's not talked about enough, and I wanted to talk about it. So let's start with the way that I grew up. I never had a boyfriend, ever. That was not a thing. And it's not necessarily that I couldn't have a boyfriend because of my parents or something, but I literally just never was asked out by any guys. But I was always very jealous of my friends and other girls of my age that just always had a boyfriend, and no guy ever really showed interest in me that I liked back. I did go to school with mostly white people, so white guys, they're definitely not typically attracted to me, and if they are, they're not gonna make any moves, so that played a factor. And again, regardless of race, I don't think anyone found me attractive, at least enough to ask me out. And then I also grew up kind of being taught to stay abstinent because I grew up in a Christian household. It wasn't a super strict Christian household, but it was Christian nonetheless, and I definitely abstained from having sex because that's just what I was taught. And going over to the boys that did find me attractive, I never found them attractive. Any guy that found me attractive I didn't like, and then any guy I found attractive, they didn't like me. It was obvious that even the ones I was attracted to that had an interest in me only wanted to use me for sex, and I definitely was not about that, so that ended quickly. And that definitely caused me to become really insecure. I definitely felt like I just wasn't good enough because no boys that I liked me. And I remember being in like middle school and high school literally praying for a boyfriend at night. Honey, baby. That was not a smart thing to do because I definitely got what I wished for. I got a boyfriend, alright, but so let's get into that one relationship that I've been in. I've only ever had one boyfriend, and
it was the worst experience of my life.
That is not me being hyperbolic, like that is legitimately the worst 2.5 years of my life, my natural born life. I met him when I was 18. He was extremely abusive and toxic. He was a grade A narcissist. He was really controlling, really emotional. He was really emotionally manipulative, constantly gaslighting. I mean, oh my god, it was bad. He was one of those dudes that would ask who you trying to look good for whenever you like dress up. Why do I have to look good for somebody? Why can't I just look good for myself? Is that such a crazy concept? I don't think it is. And I felt pressured many times in that relationship, whether it be pressured to have sex when I didn't want to, when I wasn't in the mood, to wear certain clothing because he was one of those controlling, insecure narcissists that tried to control what I wore. He was the first person I ever had sex with, the only person, unfortunately. And he affected me physically in a way that makes me scared to have another sexual partner. And ever since him, I have not dated anyone. I have not had sex with anyone. My life is much more peaceful now, so I'm completely fine with that. Now let's get into how I was feeling pressured by society. All of my friends, every single one of them, every single one of them had been more sexually active than me, which is fine. Obviously, I definitely felt left out a lot, and like I couldn't relate to their experiences, and I wanted to experience that too. And when you have low self-esteem and you don't love yourself and you feel like you need male validation, like of course you're just gonna want a boyfriend like everyone else and want to have sex like everyone else. All of them definitely had more boyfriends, more boy experience than me. And it's funny because sex has been so normalized that when you tell someone that you haven't had it in a long time, you're looked at like you're crazy. Like there is a such thing as celibacy, there is a such thing as abstinence, waiting until marriage. There's also a such thing as having low libido. I felt like I kind of had that in my relationship, and it's like, sorry that my body is acting this way, but like, and a lot of people don't realize that that's a common thing even in younger people. It can be caused by stress, being overweight, fatigue, certain medications, chronic health conditions, depression, relationship issues, smoking. I think people should keep that in mind when asking me, oh, I don't know how do you not have sex for 4 years? Oh my god. I mean, I'm usually not even in the mood like that. So now obviously I think sex is an important part of the relationship as long as you're both, you know, into that. So whenever I do get in a relationship again, I will definitely try my best to raise my libido, you know, exercise more often, because I don't exercise enough. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I do take some medications. It's possible that maybe my birth control is causing it or something like that, but until I cross that bridge, I'm not really gonna worry about it too much because I'm not having sex with anyone anyway. No, I am not asexual. I've literally been accused of being asexual by my own relative. According to Google, the definition of asexual is without sexual feelings or associations. Asexual individuals may still experience attraction, but this attraction doesn't need to be realized in any sexual manner. Now, I definitely wouldn't say I'm that because I definitely have been sexually attracted to guys before, but I'm just not into casual sex or just having sex with anyone that I just met. Like, it's just not my thing. If you do that, good for you, do you, boo-boo. Like, just be safe about it. But I cannot do, like, I am just not built to have casual sex. It's just, it's not for me. But I definitely have had sexual attraction to people before. Like, I thought about the possibility of me being demisexual. Demisexual? And the definition of demisexual is a person who does not experience sexual attraction unless they form a strong emotional connection with someone. It's more commonly seen in, but by no means confined to, romantic relationships. So like, I kind of relate to that if I'm gonna put a label on myself, but I mean, I felt sexual attraction to like celebrities, you know, but I might know a lot about said celebrity, but it's not like I know them personally and can form a strong emotional connection with them. So I don't necessarily think I'm that either, but that's probably the closest thing to what I feel that I am. So I like to think of myself as being involuntarily celibate because I'm not choosing to not have sex. I just haven't found the right person. Again, I don't have casual sex. It's just not me. I can't do it. I would rather just wait for the right person and the right time. I genuinely feel like sex is 10 times, 100 times better when it's with someone you love and genuinely care about. Because even if like Drake or Noah Centineo met me and was like, hey, you wanna You want to take this upstairs to the bedroom? I probably wouldn't, and this is hard to say, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable having sex with them if I haven't taken the time to really get to know them on a deep emotional level. No matter how attracted I am to them, I need that connection in order to feel comfortable taking that next step. Sex is just an important step to me. I feel like it's not something to be taken lightly. For me, that shouldn't be shocking. It shouldn't be a surprise. Yeah, I'd rather just wait to have sex with someone that I love and that loves me. And the only reason I really had sex with the one boyfriend that I had was because I was young and I was naive and I thought that I loved him. I thought that's what love was. I didn't even initially find him attractive physically, which is crazy, but I think because he was somewhat attractive and he showed interest in me, that my mind kind of forced me to become more attracted to him and take it further before I even really knew him. Because you can't really know a person within a couple of months. It's not really possible. That's why I don't really understand like these YouTubers or just regular people that move in with their boyfriends and girlfriends after like knowing them for like 6 months, and it's just like, okay, well, good luck to y'all, because it couldn't be me. Maybe my standards are too high. Like, I don't want the bare minimum. Obviously, you need to be respectful. A lot of guys can't even meet the bare minimum. That's a big reason why I haven't met anyone. I just require respect. I require someone who's kind and open-minded. Obviously, I don't want to date a fucking racist or a homophobe or something. I do have to be physically attracted to you somewhat. I mean, no, somewhat is what got me in the shit relationship the last time, so I'm not even gonna. I have to be physically attracted to you. Obviously, it has to go deeper than that. I do have to be able to connect with you, and I, you know, would like for us to be on the same level mentally, you know? Honestly, another reason why I haven't met anyone is because I don't get out much at all. Okay, I am a homebody bitch. Like, I don't like leaving the house. I don't like going to clubs. Yeah, they're way too loud. They give me a headache, and unless I'm like under the influence, it's just not that fun to me. Maybe if they turn the music down a little bit. I'm like literally 80 years old, and you can't even have a conversation with anyone. Like, you have to scream at the top of your lungs in people's ears in order to say one word to them. I'd rather like go to a lounge or like a bar even. I don't even drink like that, but I'll get a club soda or something and I'll chill, you know? Like, I just don't get out much, and I definitely don't like guys around here. There's not a lot of attractive guys to me at all. The ones that I do find attractive, they either already have a girlfriend or they're just not interested in me. But I honestly enjoy being single because it's just peaceful. I don't have to worry about any drama. I don't have to worry about any fighting or anything like that. Like, I can just be at peace. I can do whatever I want without having to report to anybody. Obviously, the right person for me, the right guy for me, will not give a fuck and will let me be independent. But I love being in my own space and just chilling by myself, because I'm pretty dope, pretty chill, pretty laid back, unless I get mad. But, you know, just don't make me mad and we're good. And dating apps are a no for me, dog. I've tried Tinder. I've tried Bumble. I mean, again, it's going back to guys just wanting to fuck for the most part. Yeah, not interested in that. Like, honestly, I'm not even gonna cuddle with you or anything like that if I don't know you like that. I mean, is that such a weird thing? Like, I don't feel comfortable cuddling with a stranger. Like, is that weird? And dating apps can be deceiving as well. I mean, is that what they really look like in person? Are they a serial killer? Are they a serial rapist? I mean, you just never know. I would definitely prefer to meet guys in person, for sure, because I feel like you can definitely get a sense of their energy. Energy says a lot. I don't think people even realize. I have a special talent, and that special talent is being able to go long periods without having sex. I am proud of that talent. I'm glad that I don't need to constantly be having sex or be in a relationship in order to feel validated or like my existence is worthy, because I've been kind of shamed, again, by my own family before. Not my parents, but I've even been kind of shamed for like, or made to feel like I'm weird for not having a boyfriend like for a long time. What? Like, why can't I just focus on myself and getting my shit together, focus on my career and aspirations? Why do I need a boyfriend all the time? Huh? I'm just so glad that I've gotten to the point where I love myself enough to know that I don't need any male validation or male attention in order to be worthy of existence. This isn't the 1950s. Okay, like, I can be single and I can be successful. The right guy will come when it's time. Now is not the right time. So I'm chilling. You should probably be chilling too. And I feel sad for anyone that feels as though they don't have any worth if they don't have a significant other, because that's just totally not true. You don't need a man or a woman or a partner to be successful. I just feel like some people don't love themselves and don't like being alone, and therefore they constantly have that urge to, I need a boyfriend, I need a girlfriend, I need someone, I need someone, I need someone. Because without that, I think they're forced to kind of face their inner trauma and realize that they don't fully love themselves. Because if you constantly feel that need of wanting someone to fill that void, you need to address that void. Because in the long run, just picking up any guy or any girl, I mean, that's never gonna end well. You keep getting a boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend and wondering why it never works out. Just sit and think about that for a second, because you probably have issues that need to be addressed. And I definitely recommend therapy for everyone, period, flat out. Because just talking to someone that's kind of neutral and unbiased and a professional, obviously, in psychology, can really help you to realize certain things that you hadn't before. So it's not crazy to go long periods without having sex or having a boyfriend. Also, masturbation is a thing. I really hope neither of my parents watch this, but that is a thing too. I know it's not the same as, you know, getting it on with someone you really like or are attracted to, but it's something to get you by for a little bit, I guess. And there are many tools out there for women especially. I don't have much experience with that personally, but I know they have a lot of options. I'm just saying. Do not feel less than if you'd rather wait for the right person to give your body to. Do not feel less than if you aren't a sex-hungry jackrabbit all the time. And do not feel less than if you don't feel sexual attraction to anyone at all. If you're asexual, that is okay. There are other people like you out there, and you shouldn't be pressured by society or by your friends or family or anyone to do something that you genuinely just do not want to do. It's nobody's business at all, and anyone who has a problem with it has a problem inside with themselves that they haven't addressed. That's really all I wanted to say. I hope that this gave you guys some perspective on why there are people like me out here that just would rather wait for the right person to have sex with, not necessarily until marriage, just I mean, again, maybe my standards are too high. I just they're not but they're high for males in this day and age, apparently, especially around here. I'm sorry, the area I live in, it's not good. It's just very few options for me. I just hope the next guy that I choose to be in a relationship with is the one, because I don't want to have 10 different boyfriends. It's just, I don't want to go through all that. Breakups are terrible. Like, I'm sure even if you go through like a peaceful mutual breakup, it's still hard. So I pray that the next guy that I find is my husband, and I hope this helped anyone out there that is like me, that maybe doesn't feel that desire for sex as often as other people and is okay with being single until the right one comes. You're normal. There's nothing wrong with you. You are worthy of love and affection, and it's all about timing. Divine timing. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.